Yeah, what up, baby? It's the new artist spotlight. DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. It's Power 105.1. We got some talent in the building from Freeport, Long Island. All right.
Correct.
I heard he's one of the real ones out there. He got a record out right now called The Takers Act 2,
Correct.
which is featuring my brothers Red Cafe and Dave East. So Rich is in the building. What's up, my brother?
Nah, peace and blessings. You already know, man. It's a blessing to be here, man. Just quick correction. That's my record and Red Cafe record featuring Mano and Dave East.
Oh, so it's not your record?
It's my record and Cafe record.
Got it,
So
got
Rich
it.
and Red Cafe featuring Mano and Dave East.
Got it.
Shout out
Well,
to
look,
my brother Red Cafe.
this is what we do up here.
Yeah.
We try to learn the artist that's coming out here. And I know a lot of people on Long Island know you. But for the people who's listening, streaming live on the iHeartRadio app from all over the country,
Yeah.
we're going to learn about you today. So
Let's do it.
tell us about growing up in Freeport, Long Island, and tell us how did you get into music?
Yeah, listen, man. Shout out to the port. Shout out to the whole Long Island, Freeport, Roosevelt, Uniondale, Hempstead, Long Beach. We're in the building. For me, growing up in the port, like, I mean, listen, man, it was fun. Like, I love my childhood, right? Single mother household. At that time, although we was having fun, like, Freeport was real segregated. Like, it was a lot of gangs out there, right? So you got your black gangs, you got your Bloods, you got your Crips, but you also got like a heavy population of like your Latino gangs. So you got your MS-13, you got your SWP, right? Like that's very different than the boroughs. The boroughs, you really don't see MS like that. You really don't see certain things. So for me, like, just going to school in middle school, we had to walk through a lot of like different territories. Like right, so safety was an issue. And looking back, it wasn't nothing to us because that's what we was used to, but it's hard to focus on school when you got to focus on like making sure that you get there safely and you get home safely. So, you know, like at the time, a lot of brothers, like a lot of gangs try to pull me and my guys in, but at the time we didn't really want to get involved, so we started our own thing. And once we started our own thing, we grew, and we kind of became the same thing like the other brothers, but we was just mobbing. So that led to me getting incarcerated from an early age. I was in the streets at 12, running around, stealing cars, just like, you know, just misguided and misleading. And at 15, I went to jail for a string of armed robberies, and somebody ended up being shot. So that was my first time incarcerated. I did about 6 months. I came home, 5 years probation. I was a juvenile, but they charged me as an adult. So from there, like, you know, that started like my trajectory in the streets and down the wrong path. So I've been going in and out of prison ever since that age. But you know, every time I'm home, I always do amazing things. So how I started with music, I was in a studio in Hempstead, as a matter of fact, on Parkside, and like, you know, I love rap, so I wanted to rap. So I got in the booth, and when I got in the booth, you know, I laid something down, and it was dirt. And everybody like, oh no, that's dirt, right? So then one of my mans, he pulled me to the side, and he like, yo, listen. He said, when it comes to rap, he said, yo, you already living that. He said, the things that people talk about when they rap, they're not really doing it. He said, you really doing it. This is really your life. You really a stepper. He said, the only thing you got to do is speak your life in that mic, right? And I took heed to what he said. I took like 20 minutes. I wrote something. I got back in the booth. And at that point, I just wrote my thoughts. I wrote my life. I wrote how I move. And when I finished the verse, I came out the booth. Everybody was going crazy. Oh! And that's when I knew, like, all right, this is my calling. Like, this is my expression. Like, I'm the voice of the people. I'm the voice of my community. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of the voice, there's so many legendary artists that come out of Long Island. Shout out to all the legends, you know what I'm saying? But in your opinion, being from Long Island, why does Long Island deserve a bigger voice in hip-hop today?
So, listen, Long Island has always cultivated top-level talent, but right now we have emerging leaders, right? So we had leaders as the foundation of hip-hop. You got Rakim, you got EPMD, you got Public Enemy. Shout out to Rock Marciano doing this thing right now. And we got a new wave of leaders that's doing their numbers right now, including myself. And we here to take it, man. Like, if nobody don't want to give us our just due and our respect, we gonna take it through our actions and through our talent, through our skills.
Nice. What can people learn from your music that might not have heard your music before? Because people are listening right now and they're gonna go stream the song The Takers Act 2 and all the music you got out.
Correct.
So describe your music to people who might not have heard of you.
My music is real, but if I was to be more specific, my music is street, maturity, culture, and community. It's just, it's a reflection of all those things mixed in one.
And truth rap.
Absolutely true.
Yeah, because I was asking you behind the scenes, how do you feel being such a real one from the streets of Long Island and then coming into the game where very few artists are speaking the real truth, and they're all like fronting or faking or putting on a persona. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I think that's why the people gravitate to me. That's why the people rock with me, because there's certain energy, there's certain vibrations that can't be copied or duplicated, right? Like, and when you hear it, you automatically identify. Like for me, I ain't really too involved in what anybody else is doing, because I'm doing what I'm doing, right? And if I put energy on feeling some type of way about what somebody else is doing, that's going to take away from energy that I could be putting into myself, my craft, my business, and what it is, and the reason that we're here today. To be honest, like as far as the industry is concerned, I just feel like, you know, you gotta like kind of bulldoze this, because like it ain't too much people that's established that's really doing the right thing for the new generation of creatives. Period. Whether it's artists, videographers, producers. Like I don't see that. Like I see brothers trying to like scam. Like it's a whole bunch of different things going on. It's not honorable, right? Like that's why, my brother Red Cafe, that's my brother, man. I love him to death, because out of everybody in the industry, that's the most honorable person.
Shout out to my brother Red Cafe. I haven't seen him in a minute, but we got records out together.
Yeah,
A couple of records and freestyles out together. Me and him go way back. So talk about the Takers Act 2, because I'm about to play that. So speak about that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm about to say a million things about that. The Takers Act 2. So
and why is it called Act 2? There was an original.
Yeah, there was the original. It was the Takers first, and that's me. That's just me on there. And then Act 2 is like we running it back. Like we spinning back. We spinning the block, and we gonna amplify. And we gonna make it a movie. But it's me and Cafe, Mano, East. Everybody went crazy. Like I remember the
Davies. Shout out to Davies.
Yeah, Davies. Yeah, shout out to Davies. I remember the day. Listen, I do a lot of community work too, right? I work with youth in my community. I got an organization called So Rich in Community, and the main function of the organization is to work with youth, more specifically youth who are street involved, maybe justice involved, and bridge the generational gap so they can have some positive mentors in their life and don't go through the same things that brothers like myself went through. So at that point, I had just took 40 kids from my community to a trip to Urban Air, all on me, like all on the organization. So it was the end of the day. I just finished, doing the service to my people, and while we about to wrap it up, I got a call, and the call was from Cafe, and he like, yo, listen, and I heard his verse, and I'm like, man, like he went crazy, and like I took that as a sign, because I'm like, damn, I'm here, doing something for my people, blessing my people, doing a service to my people, and at the same time, I got a brother blessing me, right? Like somebody who I grew up listening to, somebody who I respect their craft, and as soon as I'm blessing the people, I get a phone call. Now we got a movie of a single, so that was like a blessing, and that was like a universal sign to me, like, all right, like it's time to turn it up a notch. And the Takers is just for anybody who believe in themselves to the point where we not waiting for anybody to give us anything. We going out there, we gonna earn it, we gonna demand it, and we gonna take it. And that's just through creating opportunities for ourselves and having foresight, ownership, like, making it happen.
All right, well, let's get that on right now.
Let's do it.
All right? If you just tuned in, So Rich is in the building. He reps Freeport, Long Island.
Correct.
This is the Takers Act 2, the remix, featuring Mano, Dave East, and Red Cafe. Let's get this on right now. It's New Water Spotlight. DJ Sus 1 is Power 105.1. New Water Spotlight, DJ Sus 1. I am here. That was the Takers Act 2, So Rich, featuring Mano, Dave East, and Red Cafe. I like that right there. All right, shout out to the whole Long Island, especially Freeport, Long Island.
Correct.
Yo, so do you have more music out besides that? Do you have a whole body of work? Do you got other singles? Do you got music videos out? What's going on right now in your atmosphere, in your ecosystem?
Yeah, hell yeah. Listen, we working on some bangers right now, so we got some fire in the cut, and I definitely got music out. You can look up So Rich on all platforms, YouTube. For the streets, freestyle, feeling like more. I got a whole bunch of fire out there, so definitely tap in on all platforms. And yeah.
So Rich, being from the streets of Freeport, Long Island, who besides EPMD and Rakim, who inspired you to become a rapper in the game? Like, who were you listening to growing up?
Well, the streets inspired me. The culture inspired me. Or they inspire my music. Growing up, I listened to a lot of different people, like Hov, Hov, 50, Cafe, Um,
That's enough right there. You kept it New York.
yeah,
You could have said a lot of other names, but you said you kept it New York. I like that.
I mean, like that's music that I could relate to.
Nice.
Like music is therapeutic for me. Like it's not just a sound. Like it's a vibration. It's a connection. It's a relationship. So I like music that speaks to me. Like speaks to my life. Speaks to different emotions that I may feel. It speaks to different mind frames that I'm in. So that's what I make. And those brothers like those brothers that
Nice.
spit real music. Yeah.
So Rich, so I know you came up in the streets. You said you love the street vibes from music from some of our legends and our OGs like 50 Cent and Hove and all that. And I know you've done some time for things, and you said you've become mature and you've learned. So for kids who's listening to you and listening to your music right now, what would you like to say to them? For kids that's growing up in the streets, maybe in Freeport, Long Island, or other streets across the country, across the globe.
Yeah.
From all your experience and everything you've been through and speaking your truth out in the streets and also in your music, what would you like to tell some of the kids that's watching you and listening to you?
Read, educate yourself, never limit yourself. Anything that you could believe, your imagination is the most powerful thing that you have. And if you can imagine it, if you can see it in your brain, then that means that it can happen in reality. And I think if I could tell all the youth in the world something more specific, like business, right? Like, so for me, a lot of things, it was about money. I was always trying to get money. I started selling weed. I was selling crack. I was selling dope. I was selling Molly. And that was all for financial gain. But what I've learned is that it's a lot of money in business, and really is more money in business than it is in the streets. And if y'all take the time to educate yourselves and really learn business and really dig into what you want to do, I guarantee that you could create a lane for yourself.
Nice. Now I ask every artist that comes to the platform this question, so I'm gonna ask you. When it's all said and done, what is the legacy that you want to leave behind? You reach all your goals in music, you reach all your goals in business, you reach all your goals in hip hop. What's the legacy that you want to leave behind? I like that he's thinking.
Yeah, no, we ain't gonna just say anything. That I did it my way, that I cared about people, that I took care of people, that I did right by people, and everything I did with integrity. We broke generational curses, and we're leaving our space and our people on the planet better than when we started. Like, that's important to me. Like, you gotta impact people's lives. I think it was Nipsey. He said the most, and I don't want to botch his words, but one of the most powerful things that you could do is impact the life of another. Right? Like, it's nothing more powerful than that. So, like, inspiring people. Like, we inspire people. And we did it our way, man. We did it our way, how we wanted to do it. And we did it big, and we're going to continue to do it. And you could do it too.
There's a couple of questions I want to ask before we close out. A lot of artists talk about giving back, but you're actually doing work in the community, that I was told. So why is that important to you, and what exactly are you doing?
That's important to me because nobody do it for me. Like, I did over 13 years in prison, and for anybody that's been there, that's a wicked experience. I don't want young people from where I'm from or from anywhere to have to go through those same experiences. Why should they have to make the same mistakes that I did if I'm here and I've been given the opportunity to come back and speak the story? I know brothers in jail right now who ain't never coming home, and they some of the sharpest brothers, but they never gonna have the opportunity to tell the world what they know. So because I know that, I feel like it's my responsibility to give my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to my people. And what I'm I'm blessed to be able to do a lot, man. I put over $100,000 in the streets of my community in terms of, like, giving back, hosting events, food, clothing, workforce exposure. Last year I took 10 kids from my neighborhood to Cornell University for a week just to be able to see college life, to be able to explore, to be able to see themselves with those type of opportunities. My organization is doing amazing things, and we're looking for people who want to be a part also, man, who want to mentor the youth, who just want to give back. So
nice. I tell people where they can find you, your social media, your YouTube, all of that.
Listen, So Rich TV on Instagram, So Rich TV on YouTube. You can find me at the Black House in person. That's my event space in Baldwin. If you mention Sus One, I'll give you a discount.
Right.
Right, on your rental, on your booking. You can find me at the private room. Shout out to the private room, the hottest spot in New York City. And So Rich TV on all platforms, man. So Rich on all music platforms.
So Rich, repping Freeport, Long Island. He got the single out right now, The Take Is Act 2, featuring Mano Davies, The Red Cafe. Make sure you follow him immediately. That concludes the interview for the new artist Spotlight. But when we come back, you know, some of y'all come up here to do the interview, but you're going to give us some bars today.
Yeah. One of a kind, let's do it.
All right. So that was new artist Spotlight. So Rich is coming back with some bars of freestyle. It's Power 105.1.